Your social media feed is about to have a lot less news. Ladies and gents, welcome back. Bill C-18 has passed in the Senate and has received royal assent as of June 22nd, 2023. What does this mean? A lot of people not knowing, well, exactly what is in the bill and what's going on, but social media companies are very interested in what's in the bill. And, well, now they've made an announcement. It seems that Meta, the parent company for Facebook and Instagram, is about to block news for Canadians on their website. It looks like Facebook, Instagram to block news for Canadians in response to Liberal Bill C-18. Now, what is this about? Meta has announced it will begin blocking news links on Facebook and Instagram for Canadian users in response to the passage of the Liberal government's online news bill. They said in an announcement, "Today, we're confirming that news availability will be ended on Facebook and Instagram for all users in Canada prior to the Online News Act Bill C-18 taking effect." They wrote in a company statement on Thursday, we have repeatedly shared that in order to comply with Bill C-18 passed today in Parliament, content from news outlets, including news publishers and broadcasters, will no longer be available to people accessing on our platforms in Canada. Facebook has already limited the reach of some Canadian news sites, including small local and Quebec-based outlets. The bill was passed after the Liberals moved to cut off the debate on Bill C-18, which critics blasted for giving the government too much control over what kind of news Canadians see on the internet. And this is really a contentious one. Now, is this going to pan out the way they like? Now, what is this bill and what's it all about? Well, the bill, for one, it's going to tell publishers what is Canadian content, what is Canadian news outlets, and what is a proper news outlet. But not only that, they're saying that these news outlets need to be paid by the social media companies just for sharing a link. So if you shared a link on your Facebook or on whatever, the news medias or these social media companies would have to pay for that link to be on their website. So, of course, their objective in this is just to block that. They're just not going to allow it on their website. Now, this is the backwards thinking that the government has in this, and this is why they don't. The government is just full of failed business people because they don't have the foresight to see how people would respond to stimuli. And in this case, it's just unbelievable. It blows my mind. And this is from an article from back in May, not too long ago, where Minister Rodriguez, the Minister of Heritage here in Canada, is talking about trying to make the CBC less reliant on advertisement. And in this, he's talking about how the steps that they're going to take to do this. But in this one, they're already counting their money. They're counting money that hasn't come in. Rodriguez said that CBC could financially benefit from the passage of the Online News Act, also known as C-18. The bill would require tech giants to pay Canadian media companies for linking or to otherwise repurposing their content online. The Parliamentary Budget Officer released a report last year that shows that businesses are expected to receive over $300 million annually for digital platforms when the online news bill becomes law. So this is them just without anybody changing their behavior, saying we're going to get a lot of money out of this, and not realizing that no, as soon as you make this bill law, that this is when people's behavior changes, and this is exactly what's happening. They're not going to get their $300 million. These social media companies are just not going to pay out for that. What they're going to do is block the content from going on their website. And this is exactly what happened in an experiment only a few months ago, back in February, the end of February in Canada. What is Bill C-18, and how do I know if Google is blocking my news content? Well, what is this about? This is about the fact that Google ran an experiment back in February on a test group of Canadians to see if they would even care or notice that news is no longer available in on their news feed. or on their news feed, on their social media feed, because it will no longer be a news feed on this social media platform. Unbelievable. Just the incentives that they're making, and just the fact that they don't see this coming. What is Bill C-18? First tabled in June 2022, Bill C-18 would essentially force companies like Google and Meta, which owns Facebook, to negotiate deals to pay Canadian media companies for the content that they link and preview on their website and platform. Now, you have to understand that this is completely backwards to the actual economic model that exists today. When people share something on social media, it's in order to entice people to go to the website where you'll make money from revenue on advertisement or have something behind a paywall. This is the whole point of it. Teasers go on social media. It entices people to go and make that revenue. You don't just make the revenue because the link exists, because the incentive, there's no incentive to put the links anymore. That would make it so they don't do that. There's already a disincentive to get somebody to go to another platform or click off of the website. You're making it worse. You're making it worse here. And this is what's going on. Now, the bill introduces a new bargaining framework intended to support news businesses to secure fair compensation when their news content is made available by dominant digital news intermediaries. Of course, this is the dominant digital news intermediaries. So who's eligible for this? Well, we're not sure yet. And it may be a blessing in disguise, because a lot of independent media have been excluded from being added to the list of official news sites for Canada, or official journalists. They've been trying to put together almost a licensing, or maybe it is a licensing scheme for journalism here in Canada. It would almost be better to not have that, so that you can link your stuff on social media and have no consequences, no issue, because you wouldn't have to force them to pay you for them, so you could actually get traffic to your website. But this is where it's going here. Now, it's incredible. Why is Google blocking news content? According to Google, the company is testing ways to comply with new rules proposed by Bill C-18. We're briefly testing potential product responses to Bill C-18 that impact a very small percentage of Canadian users. And this is at the time, right? So this is now the bill is passed. This may go out completely as a whole. A Google spokesperson said, told CTV News, "We run thousands of tests each year to assess any potential changes to search. The test affects Google's ubiquitous search engine, and as well as Android devices' news feed. Such tests," Google says, "do not always result in permanent changes. We've been fully transparent about our concern that Bill C-18 is overly broad, and if unchanged, could impact products Canadians use to rely on every day." The spokesperson added, "We remain committed to supporting a sustainable future for news in Canada and offering solutions that will fix Bill C-18. Well, they didn't care about fixing Bill C-18. Their whole purpose here was to just ram it through. They ended debate. The Liberals just squashed the debate so that it would just get voted on, passed through, no more votes, or no more debate, no more talking about it. Just ram it in, make it law, just like Bill C-11 in recent history here. Now, again, the unintended consequences of bills like this is that you'll see less of it. You're going to see less news. This has actually hurt them so much more. This may be a blessing in disguise in the fact that it may kill the government propaganda wing known as CBC, and, well, some of these other broadcasters as well, the ones that get these massive government subsidies. And it may actually incentivize people to take less government subsidies and be seen less as news and more as entertainment or whatever. I mean, my channel is listed as entertainment on YouTube, probably because I'm not giving news. I'm giving opinion on certain topics that are contemporary in Canada. And that's the story, and I'm sticking to that. But this is the unintended consequences of Bill C-18 and the government trying to push their will on social media. Let me know in the comments how you think about this. What do you think? And have you even noticed a difference yet? It's only been a day, but are you a Facebook user? Have you noticed a difference? Have you noticed a difference on Google? I use Twitter quite often, and I haven't seen any restrictions on Twitter as of yet, but I will be reporting on it definitely as this story progresses. But hey, leave a comment in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think, and we'll see you tonight on the live stream. Come join us live tonight at 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific. And if not, then we'll see you in the next one. Keep on trucking.